Hello, everyone. Welcome back to today's story. In this episode, we dive into the tangled emotions of Alex, Tuna, and Mai. When John decides to bring Alex and Mai together to reminisce about their old student days, it stirs feelings Alex thought he had left behind. But what begins as an innocent reunion soon sparks jealousy in Tuna, who mistakes their meeting for something more. As laughter from the past collides with the fragile trust of the present, Alex finds himself caught between friendship, loyalty, and love. Stay with us until the end, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to help us reach 1,000 subscribers. Your support means the world to us. The late afternoon sky bled into hues of amber and violet, the kind of sunset that seemed to pause time. Alex adjusted his shirt collar as he entered the old restaurant. Its wooden beams and tiled roof had been refurbished, yet the soul of the place still carried echoes of laughter from years ago. He took a seat at the table he had reserved, eyes wandering across the plates already set, the familiar scent of roasted duck drifting through the air. He glanced at his phone, thumb hovering over the screen before pressing call. "John," he said warmly when the line connected. "I'm already here, and I sent you the address. Don't be late. Mai's back, and it's been far too long since the three of us sat together like this." The anticipation in his voice revealed more than just excitement. There was a yearning, a tug at his chest as memories of their student days flickered to life. They had been poor then, pooling their change to buy a single meal. Yet those times were rich in laughter, in dreams, unburdened by responsibility. Alex smiled faintly at the thought, though his eyes dimmed with the weight of how much had changed. He ordered dishes that spoke of their bond, the rice porridge Mai once craved, the grilled fish John always stole bites from, the simple vegetable stir-fry they all shared when money was scarce. Each plate wasn't just food. It was a bridge, an offering to the past. Moments later, the familiar sound of laughter drifted in from the entrance. John appeared first, tall and confident, his steps steady. Behind him came Mai, her presence radiant, her eyes sparkling with the same youthful energy she once had, now deepened by years away. Alex's heart thudded harder than expected, though he quickly masked it with a smile. The three sat down, and almost instantly, the years melted away. They teased each other over small things. How Alex once failed at cooking instant noodles. How John slept through exams. How Mai cried when they all parted ways after graduation. "Mai, you haven't changed at all," John chuckled, raising his glass. "Still the same girl who could never finish her food." "Hey, I've grown," Mai laughed, her eyes crinkling with joy. "But I did miss this. Missed both of you." Her words filled the space with warmth. Alex, quiet for a moment, watched her animated expressions. He then cleared his throat, shifting the conversation. "Mai, I've been thinking. You're back now, and I could really use someone I trust by my side. Would you consider working as my secretary? My farm and projects, they're growing fast, and I need help. Someone dependable." Mai blinked, surprised, before her lips curved into a radiant smile. "Alex, I'd be honored." John, never one to let things rest, leaned back and smirked, Careful, Alex. Remember how Mai used to look at you back then? She cared a lot more than just as a friend. The words dropped like pebbles into a pond, rippling through the air. Alex stiffened slightly, hiding his reaction behind a sip of water. That was a long time ago, he said, voice calm but guarded. We're just friends now, nothing more. Mai laughed lightly, brushing off John's teasing, but a subtle shift lingered at the table. Alex kept the conversation flowing, yet inside, unease coiled like smoke. He knew his responsibilities, his commitments, but deep down, the echoes of the past stirred emotions he didn't want to acknowledge. The restaurant grew louder with evening chatter, yet at their table, the mood turned gentler. They reminisced about old professors, about skipping classes for the festival, about dreams they once spoke of under starlit dormitory skies. Alex smiled, though a flicker of loneliness tugged at his expression. Alex, John said suddenly, his eyes narrowing with playful intent. You've been dodging us. When will you settle down? You should already have someone by your side. Alex only offered a faint smile, his gaze drifting to the glowing lantern above them. Some things take time, he replied. And love, well, love is complicated. The night deepened, and after lingering goodbyes, they each went their way. Alex, however, carried with him more than nostalgia. His heart was unsettled, caught between cherished memories and the fragile future waiting for him at home. Moonlight draped over Tuna's modest house as Alex pushed open the gate. The small yard was alive with the rustle of vegetables swaying in the cool night breeze. Tuna swept diligently, her frame outlined in the soft glow, her movements quick but weary. Inside, baby Henry's faint breathing could be heard, a peaceful lullaby against the night's silence. Tuna, Alex called gently, his voice soft but laced with emotion. She looked up, surprise flickering in her eyes before it melted into a smile. You're late. Busy again? He stepped closer, noticing the repairs she had made herself. The patched bathroom wall, the makeshift shelves. Guilt pricked his chest. I should have come sooner. You've been working too hard. Without waiting, he grabbed the broom from her hands, brushing the yard with careful strokes. Their quiet rhythm blended with the night. He watered the vegetables, pausing to glance at her, his expression tender. You don't have to carry everything alone, you know. Let me help more. Tuna laughed softly, brushing her hair back. These are just small things. The house may be old, but it works fine. I don't need anything new. But Alex shook his head. I want to. I want to make life easier for you. For Henry. His words carried weight, unspoken promises tucked between each syllable. They moved together, side by side. Alex told her about the dinner with John and Mai, weaving light-hearted stories of their student days. But when he spoke of Tuna, his voice shifted, warmer, more alive. I thought of you while I was there, he admitted. After we finished, I couldn't help but come here. I missed you. Tuna paused, her hands resting on the watering can. Her eyes softened, but behind them lay a flicker of caution, as though guarding her heart. Silence stretched, broken only by the breeze rustling through the garden leaves. Under the moonlight, Alex's gaze lingered on her, his heartbeat steady yet urgent. He saw not just the woman before him, but the future he longed for. one filled with shared burdens and quiet joy. Yet he also sensed her walls, the invisible distance she held on to, built from independence, from fear of disappointment, from the heavy responsibility of raising Henry alone. The shadows of the garden wrapped around them, two souls standing close, yet not quite touching. And in Alex's chest, a silent yearning pulsed, patient yet powerful, like the moonlight itself, waiting to be acknowledged. The moon hung low, its silvery light spilling over the small fish pond in Tuna's garden. Alex crouched by the edge, scattering fish feed into the still water. Ripples spread outward as the fish darted eagerly, the sound of splashes blending with Tuna's soft laughter. For a moment, everything felt simple. Two people sharing an ordinary night, their burdens briefly lifted. Baby Henry stirred inside, then settled again into sleep, leaving the garden hushed except for the chorus of crickets. Alex glanced at Tuna, his eyes warm with admiration. She had transformed this tiny patch of land into something alive, something thriving. The vegetable beds lined neatly, the squash vines creeping upward, the scent of fresh herbs filling the air. "You're amazing," Alex said quietly, watching her tend to the plants. "Every time I come here, it feels different, warmer, like home." Tuna chuckled, though her cheeks flushed under the moonlight. "It's just a small garden, nothing special." "To me, it's everything," he replied, his voice steady but soft. He reached for the watering can, joining her as they poured water over the seedlings. Each movement was slow, deliberate, as if both wanted to prolong the night. After a while, Alex broke the silence. "I was thinking, maybe I could build you a trellis for the squash, or buy some fertilizer, something to make it easier for you." She shook her head gently. "It's fine as it is. I don't need much, Alex. Really." But his gaze didn't waver. "It's not about need. It's about wanting to. You've done so much on your own. Let me be part of this, even in small ways." His sincerity made her pause. She lowered the watering can, staring at him. For a heartbeat, the air felt charged, heavy with unspoken feelings. Alex cleared his throat, his eyes flicking toward the house where Henry slept. Then he turned back to her, his voice trembling slightly, but laced with determination. "Tuna, I want more than just visiting you here, helping out sometimes. I want a life with you, a real one. I've thought about asking my mother's blessing. I've thought about us being a family." Her hands froze mid-air, her lips parting as if to speak, but no words came. The night seemed to hold its breath. "Alex," she began, her tone gentle yet firm, "I care for you, and I'll never forget all you've done. But I'm not ready. My world is Henry. My responsibilities are already heavy. I can't think about anything beyond that right now." The refusal wasn't sharp. It was tender, almost apologetic. But it pierced Alex's heart all the same. Still, he didn't let it show. He forced a small smile, nodding slowly. "I understand," he said, "and I won't push you. But I'll wait, Tuna, for however long it takes." His words carried weight, a quiet vow beneath the moonlight. Tuna's eyes softened with gratitude, yet there was unease hidden behind them, the kind that comes from balancing independence with longing. She looked away, her gaze settling on the pond, as if searching for an answer in its rippling surface. The two continued feeding the fish, their movements slower now, the air thick with emotions neither dared to unravel fully. The night stretched on, heavy yet strangely hopeful, like a story unfinished, while Alex's heart wrestled with patience and yearning. Elsewhere, another current began to stir, one that would soon disrupt the fragile peace he had built. John, always mischievous yet perceptive, had noticed something during dinner. The way Alex's eyes lingered on Mai, the way Mai laughed a little brighter when Alex spoke. To John, it seemed harmless fun, a chance to rekindle bonds, but as he replayed the night in his mind, an idea sparked, a notion that perhaps Alex and Mai could be something more, something worth reigniting. The next morning, John called Mai. "I was thinking," he said lightly, "why don't we meet again? Just the three of us. It's been years since we really spent time together." Mai agreed easily, eager to catch up on lost years. Neither of them realized that this small decision would soon ripple outward, striking at the core of Alex's fragile world with lytuna. When Alex received John's invitation, he hesitated for only a moment before agreeing. He couldn't deny the comfort of old friendships, nor the warmth of Mai's presence. Yet a faint worry gnawed at him. How would lytuna see this? That evening, the three met again. They laughed over coffee, flipping through old photos on Mai's phone, teasing each other about hairstyles and awkward fashion choices from their student days. It felt natural, unforced. For a while, Alex allowed himself to sink into nostalgia, forgetting the weight of responsibility, forgetting the careful balance he had been maintaining. But outside the cafe, across the street, another figure stood watching. lytuna. She had come to town for supplies, and by chance spotted Alex through the glass window. Her heart clenched as she saw him sitting beside Mai, their heads close together as they shared a laugh. The sight pierced her like a blade. To her, it wasn't three friends reminiscing. It was Alex on a date with another woman. Her steps faltered, the bag of groceries slipping slightly in her hands. A wave of jealousy surged within her, fierce and consuming. She turned away quickly, tears threatening her eyes, her mind racing with doubts she had long kept buried. "Of course," she muttered under her breath. "Why wouldn't he? She's beautiful, educated, and she fits his world, unlike me." The jealousy wasn't just about Mai. It was about fear of losing Alex, fear that the fragile bond she had with him would crumble before it truly began. That night, when Alex returned to lytuna's home, he was met with a cold silence. She sat in the yard, her face unreadable, Henry asleep inside. "You're late," she said flatly, not looking at him. Alex frowned, sensing the shift. "I was with John and Mai again. We were just what?" she interrupted, her tone sharper now. "Laughing together, reminiscing, sitting close like before?" Her words stunned him. He stepped forward, confusion etched across his face. "lytuna, it wasn't what you think. We were only catching up, that's all." But her jealousy, raw and unfiltered, spilled out before she could stop it. "I saw you. I saw how she looked at you, how you smiled at her. Do you think I'm blind? Do you think I don't see how well she fits with you?" Alex's chest tightened. He reached for her hands, but she pulled them back. His voice grew urgent, his sincerity pouring out. "Listen to me, lytuna. Mai is my friend, nothing more. The person I came back to. The person I always come back to is you. Only you. For a moment, silence hung between them, heavy with pain and longing. Tuna's eyes shimmered with unshed tears, her jealousy warring with the truth she saw in Alex's gaze. Slowly, her shoulders slumped, the fire in her voice softening into something more fragile. "Then why does it hurt so much to see you with her?" she whispered. Alex exhaled, his heart aching as he gently touched her arm. "Because you care, and so do I. But I need you to trust me. I chose you, Tuna. I'll keep choosing you, no matter what." The night air cooled around them, the garden silent but watchful. In Tuna's chest, doubt still lingered, but so did the undeniable truth of Alex's devotion. Between them, jealousy had flared, but it also revealed something deeper, a love too strong to ignore, even when clouded by misunderstanding. The moonlight wrapped them in its glow, a quiet witness to two hearts struggling, clashing, yet refusing to let go.